Social Democratic Party has expelled former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai, banning him from associating with the party for the next 30 years. The party's National Working Committee accused El-Rufai of forging membership documents, impersonating an SDP member, and attempting to destabilize the party through unconstitutional actions. The decision followed investigations revealing that he never formally registered at the ward level as required by the party's constitution. According to SDP spokesperson Ambassador Rufus Ayeniba, El-Rufai falsely declared himself as member 001 of the party in Kaduna, staged photo ops with suspended leaders, and aligned himself with rival political groups like the African Democratic Congress. He was also accused of trying to drag the SDP into an unauthorized coalition. The party stated these actions violated its rules and threatened internal cohesion. El-Rufai's claim of joining the SDP came shortly after his resignation from the APC, prompting widespread reactions. However, the SDP insists his declaration was fraudulent and aimed at hijacking the party's platform. The National Working Committee has urged the Independent National Electoral Commission and the public to disregard any political claim or representation by El-Rufai under the SDP name. What do you make of this development?
You see, as a politician, especially at the level of El-Rufai, before you take certain decision of jumping from pillar to post, try not to do it with anger, but try to consider your philosophy, your party ideology, and your own personal ideologies and principles. But if you act on anger, you end up making mistakes. El-Rufai, having served as a FCT minister in the days of Obasanjo in PDP, and after a while he fell apart with PDP and became an opposition, and luckily he became the governor of Kaduna State under APC. He was largely protected and given all the powers by the former late President Muhammad Buhari, who was actually in Kaduna State, who lived most of his life in Kaduna State, because I learned former President Buhari lived more in Kaduna than even in Douala. So that gave El-Rufai certain advantages, and he also became the friend of Tinubu and other party members, and he thought he was very powerful. There's a saying in politics that monkey smart is because tree near tree. Once tree no near tree, your smartness, once you jump, you fall inside the ocean. El-Rufai, as far as I'm concerned now, has fallen inside the ocean. And because he took decisions based on anger and not based on ideologies and principles. Now, he quickly rushed to SDP, and maybe he did not speculate that there will be a day where other persons will come up and say we want to form a coalition. I recall that also even the coalition started with ADA, other party. And when that couldn't fly, they now came back to this ADC. And now members of this SDP who gave El-Rufai the platform on a platter of gold when he was angry, when he left Tinubu camp, suddenly abandoned them to jump to this coalition again. So he's more or less making mockery of those people, and it's like he doesn't know what he wants. El-Rufai doesn't know what he wants. All he wants is that whatever action that will destroy President Ahmed Bola Tinubu, let me take it. And some persons are not comfortable with that. So, and they have taken that decision to say, we are giving you this suspension for 30 years. 30 years means that you don't even play this politics again, because if you add 30 years to El-Rufai's present age, but then he must have retired as a politician and even as an active businessman, he must have been old enough to play active politics. So, but all these things are politics. Whatever action SDP has taken now, there is politics. Whatever El-Rufai is doing is politics. At the end of the day, don't be surprised if El-Rufai is able to find his bearing or is able to find his foot back to APC today to reconcile. Everything that is playing out today, they will tell you, they will forget, he won't even hear it again. El-Rufai will sing the highest praises of President Ahmed Bola Tinubu. So it's just that the system could not favor him after being screened as a minister and he couldn't fly. The reasons best known to El-Rufai, President Tinubu, and Senate. These are the three persons that will tell Nigerians why El-Rufai was disqualified to be minister. So since then, El-Rufai has not been happy with the present government, because there is nothing that is happening today that hasn't happened when President Buhari was in office. And El-Rufai never acted this way. And if El-Rufai had emerged as a minister today, he won't be doing what he's doing. So he has shot himself at the foot, and it will be difficult for him to, because El-Rufai is a man that has a lot of pride. So it's difficult for him to revise even when he's making mistakes. So I don't see him finding his bearings, even in ADC, because the ADC is a party conglomerate of people who are highly ambitious. So except ADC is able to win election, and maybe there will be multiple or multiplication of positions at that level where they can make choices. That is where I can say El-Rufai is okay. He will have a sympathy position as somebody who happens to be a leader at his own right in that from Kaduna State. Otherwise, if things continue the way it is, I also see ADC expelling him
in the
nearest future.